You clicked this video because you want to get better at Forsaken as a beginner. I can help. And so we're just going to go through 3 stages of beginner: stamina management, looping, and juking. And in this video, I have my friend Tree here that is going to be the killer for all the examples. Now listen though, before we get into any of the tips and tricks, I want you to, before buying any killer and or survivor, click on the survivor's icon, click on the card, and read their stats and abilities, because that could help you figure out if you actually want to buy them or not. Like, oh, he can heal, or oh, he can stun the killer, or oh, this killer is a ranged guy, and I'm not really that good at range, so I'm going to buy a more melee type guy, you know? In-game as a survivor, you have 100 stamina, and you can usually run for about 10 seconds. But do notice as I reach 0 here, it's going to take a while to start coming back, and then go all the way back up to 100. But there's a thing called stamina management, where while you're running, before you reach 0, you stop running, which will then actually regain your stamina quicker, and allowing you to run more and faster. And trust me, stamina management is a huge key in Forsaken gameplay for you to live longer as a survivor. And so in this example, we're just going to have my friend Tree trace me for a bit, and you're going to see how stamina management actually plays out into me not getting killed. And see that as I'm reaching 0, I stopped running completely, and then I regain to about 30 to 40, and then I start running again. And the killer has to do the exact same thing. Stamina management is a thing for survivors and killers, but the survivor will always have better stamina management than the killer, always, guaranteed. And see here, the survivor has 100, while the killer has 110. Juking is really important. Notice that as the killer approaches me, I move, and he hits and he misses. And then here's a fast version. And juking the killer will 10 times guarantee you surviving longer, because as the killer approaches you to hit you and you move away, A, the killer will miss, and you'll gain distance, which then you can stop running to regain stamina and continue running, which will then allow you to confuse the killer and may also make the killer impatient. Also, getting hit while juking is, like, completely normal. It's fine. Like, it's expected. But also, I'm gonna cut to where I ran out of stamina, and I actually died because I ran out of stamina. And so here I ran out of stamina on low health, and the consequence to that was I died. Looping is a really great thing that allows you to maintain distance from the killer while allowing you to stay safe, for the most part, while also being able to regain your stamina. And so here is another example of looping that combines stamina management, juking, and looping entirely. Awareness is mostly used on generators, so that way when the killer approaches you, you know that they're there and you can easily avoid them, and then run away safely. Here's another example where I'm on the generator, and my friend's gonna, as Jason, approach me, but see how I already know he's there, so I'm gonna go away, and he's gonna waste his ability. Here's another example where, once again, my friend is gonna approach while I'm on the generator, thinking I'm not focused, but I am, and then I can run away. One of the abilities for the killer 1x1x1x1 is called Unstable Eye. When used by the killer, it will play the sound that you just heard and will reveal your aura to the killer for him to see. Mass Infection is another ability for the killer 1x. When used, it will make a very noticeable ticking noise that will play during the startup of the move, that can be heard throughout the map for all survivors to hear. If the move hits a survivor, it will reveal their highlight. Entanglement is another ability for the killer 1x. When used, the killer will throw both swords into the direction they're facing, giving the survivor a bunch of pop-ups to click to make go away, also revealing the survivor's highlight. In most scenarios where you're in a game and the killer is 1x, most 1x players will use Unstable Eye, then use Entanglement, then combo that with Mass Infection to get a good dose of damage, as shown here. There's really only one thing to cover for John Doe's sound cues, and that's error 404. Basically, when used, it'll make a sound, and that sound is also, like 1x's Unstable Eye, hearable throughout the entire map to all survivors, and also like Unstable Eye, revealing all the survivors' highlights for the killer to see. Now, Noli is the newest killer added to Forsaken. And what he can do is at the start of every round, his passive makes it so he spawns 5 fake generators where real ones didn't. And there are many different ways to differentiate real from fake, which I will show now. Noli can also teleport to both real and fake generators. When he does so, all generators on the map will have a very glitchy effect on them to notify he has the ability active, with also a very noticeable sound playing off the generator. Stole. When Noli finally chooses a generator to teleport to, the generator will begin to glow red and Noli will begin to teleport to the generator. Hello everyone! Now, Jason, being the first and only killer you will have unlocked when you first start Forsaken, he has a move called Raging Pace, and when used, it'll make this noise. The tricky thing about this move is that it's actually not hearable throughout the entire map, and instead only hearable to the survivor that's, close enough to you, so it's more of a close-range noise. And instead of highlighting all the survivors in the surrounding area, it actually highlights the closest one to you. And that's it. That's all I have to offer for this ultimate guide. I really hope that you can put all these tips and techniques to your fullest capability during your matches in Forsaken. And I really hope that you can, remember all of this information, because it's a lot to take in, trust me. And also, use. But I will also have a noob guide uploaded tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, showcasing, how you can maximize Noob to his fullest potential, so that way then you can help your team out more than if you didn't know anything about him. Have a good day.